the stack area starts from bank 1 because the first push will go to the data memory location 8 and then it will occupy some data. The pushed value will go to the data memory location 8. Then it goes on, right? When you send 8 values, it goes like this. When you send 16 values, it goes to the next. It goes on, you know. So keep on pushing the value, will keep on increasing the stack. So this can override the data memory content. Okay, so this the programmer has to be very careful where the stack should not overlap with the data which is available in the data memory. Okay, whenever the stack overflows than the existing limit, it will notify, which is an internal error, which is again it is called as exception. Yes or no? Due to some keep on highest priority interrupt calls when the current interrupt is running means. Similarly, if 2 or 3 highest priority interrupt call is there means so many return address will be pushed to the stack. So the stack will keep on growing. You can say growing stack. So there is a limit. If it exceeds the limit, then it will notify. When you go to the instruction set with respect to 8051, here with respect to opcodes, right? From 00, the instruction starts. 00 means no operation. And for every hexadecimal value, there is an operation, right? You can able to see AFI is showed as one as reserved. So when the opcode is A4, it goes to the instruction register. It decodes it. So A4 is fetched. A4 is decoded. After decoding, the processor will understand I need to multiply the content of A with B. Similarly, if A6 is fetched and A6 is decoded, I have to move the content in the data memory location to the memory location pointed by R0 because it is indirect addressing. If it is A6. So in A4 it do the same. In A6 it will do the same. What about A5? So what will happen if A5 is fetched? When A5 is fetched, there is no such instruction available. After fetching this, after decoding this, the processor will understand. So A5 is not in my list. So I cannot do anything with A5. This is a wrong instruction. Something like that, processor has to notify. So this notification is called the exception. The fetching the wrong opcode is one of the exception. And the stack overflow is another exception. And this is something like memory fault kind of thing that you can say. Exception handling means what? Whenever divide by 0 error comes, it will set an overflow flag with respect to 8051. Beyond that, it cannot do. But in the higher end microcontrollers, whenever there is a divide by 0 error, that is an exception. Something like when there is whenever interrupt happens, it goes to the vector location and it executes the interrupt service routine. Similar to that, whenever the exception happens, it goes to the corresponding vector location. You can call it as exception location, and then it will do the necessary handling. Something like cannot divide by 0, or something like infinity, or something like error. How it is displayed in the calculator, you know. The same way it will get displayed in the screen, which is called as exception handling, because the user must know this is the fault and this is the solution to overcome this fault, something like this. So whatever happens internally, which is called as exception, whatever happened purposefully in the hardware as well as software, which is called interrupts. But all the things need to be handled properly for the proper operation of a microprocessor. Hence, interrupts as well as exceptions altogether are called as exceptions with respect to ARM processors. That is the model, that is the conclusion. Okay. So with this understanding, when we go to the ARM core, when we go to the ARM interrupts, here the question here is what are exceptions? The same thing that we are discussing. Exceptions that are event that cause the changes to program flow. In our 8051, just by setting an overflow flag, it will stop. But here, it goes to the another vector location, or you can say exception location, and then it will execute that code, which is called as exception handler. After the execution of the exception handler is completed, the processor then resumes the normal program execution. So in the ARM architecture, interrupts are one type of exception. So interrupt itself is considered as exception here. In general, interrupts are exceptions, exceptions are interrupts. Very simple. That is what the moral here. So interrupts are usually generated from the peripheral or external inputs, as we discussed, as we know, as we have experienced. Interrupts are usually generated from the peripheral or external inputs. And some cases they can be triggered by software. Exception handlers for interrupts are also referred to as an interrupt service button. Okay. Exception handlers for the interrupts are also referred to as interrupt service button. In Cortex-M processors, there are number of exception sources. Okay. There are lot of exceptions which are handling, not only divide by zero. There are so many other exceptions are possible. They are processed by the NVIC. What is NVIC? Nested Vector Interrupt Controller. It's very interesting. There is something like Nested Vector Interrupt Controller in a processor. But in 8051, interrupt controller is available as a separate block. But in ARM processor architecture, interrupts is available as a part of a processor, and it is called as Nested Vector Interrupt Controller, SVC. So there are non-maskable interrupts, and there are interrupt requests which are coming, and these are all system exceptions. So the processor itself, while computing, as I told you, divide by zero error is also an exception. The fetching the improper opcode is also an exception, and stack overflow is an exception. So those are all the things which are happening while computation. Hence, exceptions are coming from the processors, and interrupts are coming from the external peripherals like timers, as well as some of the interrupts are happening in the pin. Okay, so processor 4 produces exceptions, which is called a system exceptions, and there are memory exceptions, which is coming out from the peripherals also. Okay, so these are all the exception sources with respect to ARM. That is given here clearly. So exceptions are processed by the nested vector interrupt controller. Nested vector interrupt controller can handle number of interrupt requests and non-maskable interrupt requests. Usually interrupt requests are generated by on-chip peripherals or from external interrupt through an input-output ports. Non-maskable interrupt can be used by a watchdog timer or brownout detector. So when watchdog timer overflows, it will produce an interrupt. That interrupt is a reset interrupt. So program execution starts from the beginning. Something like when system hangs, we press Ctrl-Alt-Del or we press reset button. It will happen automatically when we are using the watchdog timer efficiently. Okay, there is a timer which is watching the execution process. When the execution process is not happening within the time, then the timer will overflow, and then it will reset the microcontroller automatically. Non-maskable interrupt could be used by the watchdog timer. So watchdog timer will use the non-maskable interrupt to reset the microcontroller. So when watchdog timer overflows, it will use the non-maskable interrupt to reset the microcontroller. Okay. Brownout detector. There is something like brownout detector. What do you mean by brownout detector? Normally, you could have observed the dimmed incandescent lamps. So when compared to brighter light, this dimmed light looks like brown, right? The dimmed light is more brownish than the bright light. So the brown color is the notification for low voltage. The low voltage notification is just like that we can understand by the white color bulb glows with brown color. Hence the name brownout. So that is what the brownout reset. So the voltage monitoring unit that warns the processor when the supply voltage drops below a certain level. So because of this only, in your mobile phone, when you put a charger somewhere outside in the bus stand or railway station or in the train, your mobile phone says in fluctuating voltages, do you want to continue or not? Have you noticed that? So this is all because of brownout detect in your mobile phone. If there is a fluctuating voltages are there, means the mobile phone detects because of brownout reset kind of voltage power management unit will be there inside the controller. They will look at it and then they will identify. That is the case here. Okay, so there are so many things are there which we will be studying in details soon. Okay, and there is something like system tick inside the processor. There is something like system tick which can generate a periodic timer interrupt request, which can be used by the embedded OS. That will be studying in the embedded systems. Processor itself is a source of exception events, right? That's what processor itself is also a source of exception issues. This could be a fault events that indicate system error conditions, exceptions generated by the software to support embedded OS operations. Exception types are listed in the table 4.9. So you can see there are 255 exceptions. You can see there are 255 exceptions. There you have only 5 interrupts. Here you can say 255 interrupts, something that you can say. What are they? Reset is one interrupt, which is the highest priority, and the non-maskable interrupt is the other highest priority interrupt, and the hardware fault there is some fault in the hardware means that is the third exception. Then memory management fault, bus fault, usage fault, supervisor call fault, debug monitor fault, and pending SD fault and system tick faults. These are all the faults which are happening, and there is a 0 to 239. 0 to 239 interrupts, approximately 240 interrupts are available for the user. Okay, user can set 240 interrupts. So 240 interrupt service routines can be done. So similarly, there are around more than 200 interrupt service routines are there in our mobile phone. That is why whatever we do, so Bluetooth is one interrupt service routine, WhatsApp is another interrupt service routine, Facebook is another interrupt service routine, contacts is another interrupt service routine, images are on interrupt service routine, videos are on some interrupt service routine. Whenever you text that, it goes to that particular location, it executes that particular code. So this is the interrupt structure with respect to ARM processor.